been a rough gardening year. It's been a rough couple of years for a lot of reasons, but trying to make do, trying to do the best that I can. And I'm trying to see what works best, what didn't work so well. And I want to make the garden as work-free as possible, because I know I've got back issues. I know there's going to be times when I can't get out in the garden. I know we've got crazy weather sometimes. I know that I want to start homeschooling early in midsummer so that by the time harvest is coming in, I have the time to take off for all the canning and preserving that I will need to do at the end of the year, when it's like, oh my God, all this stuff's gonna go bad. I've got to do this now. So I need to make this as carefree as possible. So I'm really trying to design it that way. But weeds are just always an issue, and I did not mulch as well this year as I usually do. And it has really shown in the weeds. Let me say, I've always mulched, but this year just kind of mostly didn't. It was just trying to cut corners and do things as quick as possible. It's like, okay, yeah, that needs mulch, but I need to go plant over here. But I need to go do this. But my back hurts. But. There's a lot of but in my garden. And some things work on their own where you can just let it go, and some things don't. Some things work in the lower light and some things don't. And I'm really trying to work the best that I can at it. I'm still learning. And because you can only do so much on a 1/4 acre. You can only move things in so many places when you have trees and mountains and a house and a creek. And so even though this is my 4th garden year, I'm still learning what I can and can't do in my own garden. So for any of you newbies out there, if something's not working in one place but it worked better in another place, keep that in mind. If something's not working, try it somewhere different next year. Don't give up. Because I tell you, sometimes I do. Sometimes I want to give up. Sometimes I'm just like, what is the point? Because, you know, I can't take care of the garden, or I can't do this, or I can't get this canned, or I can't get this dehydrated, or I bring something in and my kids poke at it and, you know, then it goes bad. And what is the point when no one wants to help me and it's just me, and I have a lot of health issues that I can't do it all by myself? What is the point? Well, the point is to keep trying and to figure out how it works best for you until you can get it how you want it, where you can take care of your garden. So don't give up. There are some things that are great out here, that are the best I've ever had. Some things are not so much. But it's a learning process. No matter how long you garden, you can still learn things. There's people that I watch a lot of other channels where people have been gardening for a lot longer than I have. And even they're still learning stuff sometimes. They're like, hey, look, I just figured this out. So if you look at it that way, that it's always a learning process, there's always something new to learn. And I've always looked at it that way. This has been school. Any of you that have been with me from the beginning, I've talked about this before. I was the black thumb. Any plant anyone ever gave me, I killed. Seriously, killed. I didn't know anything. And I wanted to start gardening and being more self-sufficient, producing some of our own food. So I studied it like school. I got books, I watched videos, I took notes. I keep a diary, a garden diary. And I try each year to learn from the last year and to make it better and do better. And it's always a process. So even though some days I feel like, what's the point? Why even bother? Then the next day I come out and I see something new, and I see something growing that's doing well, or I learn something new, or I figure out, oh, that's what I wasn't doing. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, just keep going. Just keep going. Just grow something. Anyone can do it. You just have to try. You have to really try. And if for some people have that magic touch and they don't really have to try very hard. They just put seeds in the ground and everything grows for them. Some people have property that has lush soil that they don't even have to build a raised bed, and they've got ample light for anything that they want to grow. But guess what? Not everything needs the same requirements. So not everyone can grow everything. Places that are warmer where they can grow citrus and banana, and they can have peppers that actually stay perennial and come back every year and don't have to bring it in the house. Yeah, but that's usually where they can't grow lettuce because it's never cold enough for lettuce or cool weather crops. I love living in Ohio. I love that we're like in the middle. We have a good size growing year. It's like 176 days, I think, something like that. It's a good size. It's not super long, but it's not super short. I can grow a lot of the warm stuff. I can grow all the cool weather stuff. There are a few things I wish I could grow, like vanilla, orange, perennial peppers. I would love to not have to start peppers in the house in February and they don't go outside until mid-May. Like, I would love to not have to do that. That would be awesome. But I don't like the heat. 80, 85, that's a beautiful day. Today's going to be 85. It's a little warm, but it's good. It's not terrible humidity in this area. There's a hummingbird. I love hummingbirds. We get hummingbirds, we get butterflies, and I do like to see the snow in the winter. I don't like to go out in it. I definitely don't want to drive in it, but it is gorgeous and I love to see the snow. So there are always benefits and consequences of everywhere. So if you're having trouble growing something, do some research, figure out what conditions does it need. Do you have those conditions? Can you make those conditions? And if not, if there's just no possible way, like if you're in Canada and you want to grow a banana tree, I'm sorry, unless you have a heated greenhouse, a very big heated greenhouse, because they get pretty tall, you're not going to grow a banana up there. And even the heated greenhouse, that's not a guarantee. I don't know if that would work for you, but you can grow something. There's always something you can grow. My little one is sniffing the flowers on the oregano. But that's just a little side note of don't give up. Keep growing. Try to grow something different. Some people are really good with tomatoes, but they can't grow cabbage to save their life. And cabbage is supposed to be one of those easy things. Yeah, I'm not so good at cabbage. But I can grow tomatoes. It's just everyone's different. Everybody has the things that they're good at and the things that they're not so good at. And sometimes you can overcome the things you're not so good at, and sometimes you can't. But there's always something that you can do. There's always something you can grow Even if you're in an apartment, you're on the north side and you get no outside light, you don't have a balcony, and you can still get a light and grow some herbs. You can grow something. Or you could join a community garden plot and, you know, have your garden there. It's not by your house or your apartment, but you can grow something. Anyone can do this if they really want to. You gotta put work into it though. Most of us can't just throw a bunch of seeds out there and then come back in the fall and harvest. As much as I want to, it takes a lot of work. Anyway, that's a side little note. So, kids are getting antsy. They want something to do, and I got a lot to do.